Good morning. In today's video, we'll continue with the chapter A Question of Trust. So we'll start from page number 23 today. So till now we have read that Horace has come to rob the house and the owner is not there. And the housekeepers who were supposed to be there, they had gone to see the movie. So he thought that the housekeepers, they are going to come back after 3 to 4 hours. So when he was taking away the things, when he was there in the room, so what he did was, like, he started sneezing because there were flowers there and he had an allergy, and the flowers caused the allergy. And then after that, what happens is, a young lady, a pretty young lady who was dressed in red, she came there, and what she did was she started arranging the decorations that were kept on the fireplace. And then after that, what happens is, she told Horace that it is like he wanted to run away. But the woman replied that she would call the police because he was there for robbing her house, and the police would arrest him. So Horace, he replied that he had already cut the telephone wires, and it is that this lady, she won't be able to do anything for few hours. And then now let's start. Let's see what happens now. So let's start. The voice was sharp, suddenly sharp. Why should I? You were going to rob me. If I let you go, you'll only rob someone else. Society must be protected from men like you. Horace smiled. I'm not a man who threatens society. I steal only from those who have lot of money. I steal for a very good reason, and I hate the thought of a prison. So now this lady, what she did was, she spoke in a sharp, loud voice, and that she is not going to allow Horace to go. And she said that he was there to rob her, and if she allowed him to go, then he would go and rob someone else. So she just told this person that it is the society that needs to be protected from such people like him. And he just told Horace, then told the lady that it is he steals only from those people who are quite rich. And he says that like, he hated even the thought of going to a prison, and he stole for a good reason. She laughed and he begged, thinking that he had persuaded her. Look, I have no right to ask you for anything. I am desperate. Let me go, and I promise never to do this kind of thing again. I really mean it. She was silent, watching him closely. Then she said, You are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you? She came over to him, shaking her head. I have always liked the wrong kind of people. So now what happens is, this lady, she laughed at the reply. He said that he hated going to a prison. So she laughed at this reply, and he was just telling this lady, Horace was telling the lady not to call the police. So Horace, what he did was, like, he was begging, and he thought that he had convinced her and she will allow him to go. So he was desperately asking the woman not to go to the police, and it is that he will surely stop robbing the people. And then after that, what happens is, this lady, she just looked at him and just asked him if he is really afraid of going to the prison. And then after that, she came over to him, shaking her head. I have always liked the wrong kind of people. So now what she did is, like, she shook her head and said that she always liked the wrong kind of people. So this was just an indication to Horace that she was also a thief, and she was not the lady who was the owner of the house. And but let's see whether he picks up the clue or not. So she's already given the clue that she liked the wrong kind of people. So this is just an indication that she was also a thief. But let's see whether he picks up the clue or not. She picked up a silver box from the table and took a cigarette from it. Horace, eager to please her and seeing that she might help him, took off his gloves and gave her his cigarette lighter. "You let me go." He held the lighter towards her. "Yes, but only if you do something for me. Anything you say. Before we left for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to a bank, but I left them here in the safe. I want to wear them to a party tonight, so I came down to get them. But—" Horace smiled. "You've forgotten the numbers to open the safe, haven't you?" "Yes," replied the young lady. So now in this, what is given here is, in this woman, what she does is, like, she has given Horace a clue that she is a thief. So the woman, what she does is, she just comes there, she picks up a cigarette box that was of silver, and she took out a cigarette. So Horace, what he did was, he wanted to please that lady, and he thought that this lady, she might let him go also. So what he did was, he just removed his gloves, and then after that he gave his cigarette lighter to the lady. So then he asked her that would she allow him to go, and then she just pointed the lighter towards her cigarette. And then after that, this lady, she said yes, and she said that she would want him to do something for her. So Horace, he replied that he could do anything for her. So this lady, what she says is, she says that before she was going to London, so what she did was, she had promised her husband that she's going to keep all the jewelry in the bank, and then after that, what she did was, she could not go to the bank, and all the jewelry was there in the safe at the Grange, and she had to go to the party, and she had forgotten the code of the locker. So Horace said that he would break the locker, and then after that she replied that he need not worry, because the husband would return after a month, and then by that time she would get the locker repaired. "Yes," replied the young lady, "just leave it to me and you'll have them within an hour. But I'll have to break your safe. Don't worry about that. My husband won't be here for a month, and I'll have the safe mended by that time." So now this lady, what she says is that she's going to get the safe mended before the husband comes. And the husband is going to come after a month.